Yo, what's good, man? It's your boy DT3, man, and I'm back at you with another video, man. New media, notification gang, God Squad. That's what it is, man. Look, excuse the raspy voice. I just woke up, man. I'm on my way taking my daughter to school, but I just wanted to do this quick video real fast, man, because I was recently watching a video with Ryan Garcia and Joe Goosen. And I also watched the video on Fight Hub TV. Shout out Fight Hub TV with Ryan Garcia's dad. And in the interview, he said some very I wouldn't say confusing things, but he said some things that kind of made me raise the eyebrow a little bit, but not in a negative way towards Ryan Garcia. I don't want to shit on Ryan too much. But what I will say is the reason why Ryan Garcia left Canelo and Eddie Reynoso wasn't what I initially thought in the beginning, which was his lack of dedication, not really wanting to train and all that type of stuff, because I was basing it on what I was hearing from Canelo when he would say he would come in, he would shadow box, and he would leave, which I felt like that's bad ethics right there, bro. That's bad work ethics when it comes to the sport of boxing. If you're trying to be something in this game, it's bad work ethic. But what I'm noticing, or what I noticed when Fight Hub TV did the interview with Ryan Garcia's dad, and he emphasized how it was time. And I was thinking, what the fuck you mean it was time? Like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, and he compared it. It was a bad comparison, terrible comparison. But he was comparing Ryan leaving Eddie Reynoso and Canelo's camp to Floyd Mayweather leaving Top Rank, which is a terrible comparison, okay? For one, you talk about somebody leaving a trainer versus somebody leaving a promotional company, okay? Promotional companies don't train fighters, okay? Bob Arum ain't trained not one boxer ever in his life, okay? But I understood the analogy of what you were saying because of what Floyd did after he left Top Rank, and it was all about him. All eyes was on him. All the attention was about him. Okay, so I get where y'all was coming from in that sense. So basically, Ryan Garcia left Eddie Reynoso because he didn't want to be second fiddle to nobody. He didn't want to be under nobody. He wants to be the guy. He wants to be the numero uno in the camp. He don't want to fall under nobody. He don't want to be Canelo and Ryan Garcia. He wanted to be Ryan Garcia, then everybody else. So he wants to be the center of attention in whatever camp he's in. And with Joe Goosen, he is that. Because Joe Goosen, from my understanding and from my knowledge, don't have a fighter that is technically more popular, not skillful, but just more popular than Ryan Garcia, right? So, and I'm noticing every time you're starting to see Joe Goosen, you're starting to see Ryan Garcia. So Ryan wants what Canelo got with Eddie Reynoso. Like, they two peas in a pot. You're not gonna see one without the other. It's kind of like Cus D'Amato and Mike Tyson back in Mike Tyson's heyday. Like, there's two peas in a pot. You know what I'm saying? So I think he has that relationship with Joe Goosen. That's why he went to Joe Goosen, because he has that better relationship, or he knows he will be the center of Joe Goosen's attention. With Eddie Reynoso, he wasn't the center of attention. Oscar Valdez is the center of Eddie Reynoso's attention. He still works with Oscar Valdez, Eddie Reynoso. He still works with Valdez, but he's not the center of attention. Canelo is. And I think with Ryan, well, not I think, from what I'm seeing with Ryan and listening to what his dad is saying and looking at what Ryan is doing, he wanted to be the center of attention. He wants to be the guy. You know what I mean? Whoever his trainer is, he wants to be his guy. Like, I'm your guy. There's nobody above me. You're not going to prioritize nobody above me. None of that. And if he's with Eddie Reynoso, just to be fair, they're going to prioritize Canelo over him. Period. They're going to prioritize Canelo over everybody in Eddie Reynoso's gym. You know what I'm saying? I think Andy Ruiz left, more likely for the same fucking reason. You know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't the center of attention. All eyes wasn't on him. He was getting attention for being under Canelo. You know what I'm saying? So he wasn't necessarily his own so-called fighter being there. You second fiddle to Canelo. And I think you feel that. And as a fighter myself, when you go to gyms and they have a marquee dude, you are under that dude. You don't come before that dude. If that dude then brought belts, he done brought chips, he done brought sponsorships to that gym, bro, you under him. That's just how it go. That's just where the game goes. You got to peep game, check, play. And if you want to be on par with that particular person, well, you're going to have to win fights and win some belts. Get some sponsors. You got to bring some notoriety to the situation. If you ain't doing that, then you always going to be second fiddle to whoever the top dude is in the gym. But Ryan wanted to be the center of attention. I mean, personally, I feel like, that's bitch shit because there is not going to be no lessons that you're going to learn that's going to be greater than what you could learn under Saul Canelo Alvarez. But that's his decision. It's his career. He going to do what he feel is fit for him. I still feel like it was better for him to be under Ed Reynoso and Canelo. For real. Because there's nobody in Joe Goossen's camp, skill-wise, better than Canelo. You don't get better with people that are just your level. Dude, you breaking people's jaws and sparring and shit like that. So you're not sparring nobody that's better than you or on par with you. You sparring, they're just bringing dudes in there that's just willing to take a check for an ass beat. That's it. So I don't really particularly agree with you trying to be the center of attention because there's no lessons, there's nothing that Joe Goossen can give you that you wasn't going to get with Eddie Reynoso and Canelo. From what I'm seeing, you just wanted to be the center of fucking attention. You know what I'm saying? You just want to be the guy. You want it to be Joe Goossen and Ryan Garcia. Or Ryan Garcia, Joe Goossen, however you want to spin that shit. But that's what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So, and if you leave Joe Goossen, then that's going to also show that you have a lack of discipline. For real. Because for real, to be honest, as a trainer and the person that's been bro, I'm not finna, if I'm boxing, I'm not finna leave Paul. I'm with Paul the whole time. Win, lose, or draw. That's who I'm with Paul Wade. The only way I would leave Paul Wade is if we just not getting along. Like we just keep butting heads type shit. And we just fucking just get worse and worse and worse. Then yeah, I would leave on those type of circumstances with any trainer. But as far as the guy that taught me everything that I know, that got me into the position that where I'm at today, I'm sticking with that dude. I'm sticking with him. But as far as his dad saying, oh, it was time for him to leave Canelo, bro, he didn't do shit with Canelo. He had one fight, really, one major fight with Eddie Reynoso and Canelo. He didn't do shit with them. So for you, Ryan Garcia's dad, say, oh, it was time, like he just been there for so long. He had been in so much tutelage, so much knowledge. I'm not saying he didn't learn nothing, but it wasn't like he was there for hella long and he got so much abundant knowledge from Canelo and Eddie Reynoso. That's bullshit. That's cap. He wasn't there long enough. It's not enough film of him working with Eddie Reynoso. It's not enough film of him sparring with Canelo. It's not enough film of him getting pointers from Canelo. You got film of it, but not a lot of it. Maybe about not even a year's worth. Not even a year's worth of film. It's ridiculous. He didn't do shit with Canelo or Eddie Reynoso. I felt like at this particular time, it looked like he was just there for the clout. And then once the clout wasn't what he thought it was, or it didn't go the way he felt it should go, he left. When everything wasn't beneficial for him. And I don't mean beneficial as far as training is concerned, because everything training-wise was beneficial. You got the number one, or arguably number one pound-for-pound fighter in Saul Canelo Alvarez, and 2, 3, however many times trainer of the year in Eddie Reynoso. And you leave that for Joe Goossen. And the biggest name that I know of that he's had, no disrespect, was basically just Diego Corrales. So it's not like he has a whole stable. Now, I'm not saying he hasn't worked with marquee fighters. I'm not saying that he hasn't worked with championship caliber fighters. I'm not saying he hasn't been in big marquee caliber fights in the sport of boxing. I'm not finna say that about Joe Goossen because that's cap. But what I'm saying is he hasn't done enough to where I feel like he's better for Ryan than Eddie Reynoso. Let me reiterate that. I know some people, he ain't done it. He been there. It's like, I'm not saying it like he ain't accomplished nothing or he's not an accomplished trainer. What I'm saying is, if I'm Ryan's dad, I want him to stay with Eddie Reynoso and Canelo because you are the company that you keep. How many champions Joe Goosen got around him? How many marquee champions Joe Goosen got around him? Now, that don't mean he don't got access, or he can't get access to certain marquee dudes to bring in the camp to help make Ryan better. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is they not already there to where he don't have to do that. He already had that with Eddie Reynoso. You got the Valdezes, the Canelos. You know what I'm saying? Like, Reynoso got a decent stable. In my opinion is just my opinion, but I feel like Eddie Reynoso's stable as his stable of fighters are better than Joe Goosen's stable of fighters. And like I said, a lot of these fighters really ain't about getting better for real. Ryan is just coming into his grown man strength. So don't confuse grown man strength with, oh, he's getting better, he's better. What I want to see from you, Ryan, I want to see a consistent jab, a consistent, effective jab. I don't give a fuck about you being a hooker. I give a fuck about you being, because you're not really a pressure fighter. And to be real with you, bro, when you said that shit about using your range, bro, you don't use your range. So you don't use your jab. You don't utilize your jab in your fights like that, bro. You might start doing that shit. But up until this point, bro, you have not been a jabber, bro. You do not utilize your jab effectively. Quiet as kept, you really don't utilize it at all. You're looking for the short left hook. Check left hook. That's mainly the punch you be looking for. Check left hook, right hand over the top. That is your very consistent combination. And you got natural speed and good power. That's because of your youth. But your skills are lacking. So I'm going to make another video pertaining to the word adversity next. But personally, you left Eddie Reynoso and Canelo because you wanted to be the center of attention. And Joe Goosen gave you that. That's it. That's all. You wanted to be the diva. You the diva. You wanted to be the center of attention. Now you with a guy that's going to make you the center of his attention. Boy,